Today, we are playing Zenit St. Petersburg in the Champions League. Depending on the outcome of that match, and the Atletico Madrid Copenhagen match, basically decides what we're going to do in the next match. Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2021. It is Rupel Boom or Bust, and today is a bit of a Boom or Bust episode for our Champions League dream. We are up against Zenit St. Petersburg. They are currently bottom of the group. We are currently in third. If we lose, we are basically finishing third or fourth, most likely probably fourth. So, last episode, we lost both matches. Ghent, Copenhagen, we lost both of them. We didn't play very well. Off camera, we then put 6 past Antwerp and 3 past Oostende. So, we do know how to score goals. We just don't know how to stop conceding, I guess is the best way of putting it. Zenit are a team that we've already played once in the Champions League. We drew 0-0 with them earlier on in the season. Let's go forward. Let's play that match now. If we win, we are probably finishing third. We might sneak in at second place, depending on what happens between Atletico Madrid and FC København. In my experience, Copenhagen are going to put like 9 past them. For the first time in a very long time, we are full strength, or as full strength as I think we realistically can be. Our strikers, because we've got so many good ones, you could argue we're full strength with Lukaku up front, or with Rosmeric, or Bakayoko, or Georgiev. But this is what we're going to go for. It's Acosta in goal, a back 4. Luiz, Nicolau, Solomon, Gonzalez. Duvignac will be back in the middle of the pitch alongside Luciano Cabral. Duvignac's played the last 2 or 3 games. We've won them, haven't we? It's Montero and San Nino on the wings, Bakayoko and Rosmeric as our strikers. We don't have a sub-goalkeeper on the bench due to injuries, which means Breck Peters is on there. He's still at the club. He's still a tiny human. He's 5'2". He's still actually alright. He's not terrible, is he? He's alright. He's 23 now. Let's also make sure that I fix this, shall we? Because I really want my centre-backs going up rather than my wingers. So, when we played Zenit in our first match of the Champions League group, we are obviously away from home. We weren't that great. We didn't take our chances going forward. We were pretty poor. Zenit only seem to be playing Champions League games, so this is only their 5th game of the entire season, despite the fact we are deep into November, almost into December. But that is the group. A win will keep us in contention for qualification. A defeat will basically mean it is between us and Zenit who's going to finish in that final Europa League spot in 3rd place. Duvignac with a corner, 40 seconds on the clock, and almost we managed to get on the end of that. Instead, San Nino's going to play it off to Richard Gonzalez. Loads and loads of space to run into on the left. 2 in the middle. Take your time, buddy. Hold up the play, please. Or not. Play it on the ground to Bakayoko. His shot was just awful, wasn't it? Lunin manages to hold on. I say manages, it wasn't that difficult. Free kick for Zenit. Wendell to Fedor Shalov. He's going to go forward. It's a goal kick? Free kick? Corner? Don't know. Not sure what happened there. Another corner for Duvignac to take, now 18 years of age, and Solomon's hit the post and Nicolau's there to mop up the pieces. I am so glad I changed the way our corners work and we didn't have a winger there, because admittedly a winger probably would have put that away, but Solomon and Nicolau getting an assist and a goal now. Throw on the left for Richard Gonzalez. Bakayoko flicks that on. Rosmeric's there. Has a shot, but it was blocked. And now Fedor Shalov can run forward with this ball. Solomon, that's cynical. That's a red card. It's not a red card. It was a yellow. He got away with it. Not really sure why that was a highlight, because nothing happened. There was no... Well, I guess there was a shot. Free kick for Shalov to take towards the back. Nicolau gets it clear. Cabral's going to run forward with the ball. Through the centre circle. Bakayoko's off to his left. It wasn't the best of passes. Bakayoko's trying to make the most of it. Finds Montero on the right-hand side. Plenty of blue shirts in the middle. Plays it back to Jose Luis. What's he going to do with it? Runs forward. Plays it to San Nino. Back to Cabral. Across to Gonzalez into the penalty area. Plays it on the ground to Montero. He's hit the post. The ball is cleared. Gonzalez gets the headed effort into the back of the net as an ambulance goes past my house. We're 2-0 up against Zenit. Free kick for Fedor Shalov to take. It's hit the wall, actually. That's good. And now Antonio Duvignac. He's only got himself at the moment. Plenty of blue shirts, though, streaming off towards that right-hand side. Montero's going to get there. 5 blues in the middle and only 4 whites. It's found San Nino and it's blocked and it's cleared. Abdul Sayer, maybe, has picked up a yellow card for something, but this is a very good position for Antonio Duvignac to be taken. He tries to curl it in the bottom corner, doesn't quite manage it, and it is going to be 2-0 to the Boom at half-time. We've kept Zenit quiet. Straight into the second half, no changes for us. I'm a bit worried, I'm not worried, I'm not sure why Acosta didn't take that free kick and Dovignac did, but it doesn't really matter, does it? It's fine, we're still winning the game. Maffeo on the right-hand side, the former, I think Manchester City player, isn't it? Wendell tries to cross it, hits Lucielio Cabral, and now the Italian can just lump that forward off towards Montero on the right. Doesn't get there. Jose Luis heads forward to find Montero, though. He can run into the space. This is good. This is very good. Is it going to be 3? Rosmeric plays it to Bakayoko, and a lovely little finish from Bakayoko. I was going to say doing the chicken dance. I think he was more like punching his chest. It's 3-0 against Zenit. The last episode, we couldn't buy a win. We played twice. We lost both games. We even lost the third match, the previous match. We've lost our last 3 matches on camera, and now we are just showing that we're actually competent at football. We're 3-0 up against Zenit. Headed effort there, I think, from Bakayoko goes over the bar. Let's do ourselves a couple of changes. What are we going to do here? Georgiev is going to come on for Rosmeric because Georgiev wants some first-team football, so I think we're going to try and do that. We're also going to take off Jose Luis for, where is he? Adam Hunter as our right-back. Do we do Breck Peters? We'll do Breck Peters for Cabral at some point. Let's give Peters his debut for the season, or his first appearance of the season. Throw for Gonzalez. Georgiev, the substitute, collects it, crosses it to Dovignac. Doesn't get it to Dovignac at all, does he? And now Zenit can possibly come forward. Shirokov over the top finds Shalov. He might have been offside, you know. Acosta comes out to meet him. It's a great finish from Fedor Shalov. He's going to count, you know. That's going to be 3-1. I'm not liking the look of this, you know. There seems to be a lot of Zenit highlights at the moment. Montero's nicked that good. If they score another goal, we are in a bit of a sticky situation. Sannino's got this for us, though, on the left-hand side. Needs some support. It's found its way to Richard Gonzalez, one of the goal scorers. He's been tackled by Maffeo. And now Zenit can possibly smash that upfield. They do smash it down the right-hand side. Flicked head as well. It's going to hopefully be collected by Solomon. It is. With his yellow card, we've got too many yellow cards. I'm a bit worried. I feel like we're going to get ourselves a red card at some point. Montero with this now on the right. Plays that ball through to Bakayoko. He's gone for an absolute rocket. Hits it wide of the post. Still 3-1. Final 10 minutes of the game. We are going to do ourselves another change. And it is going to be one of the 5 players who are still on the pitch with the yellow card. It is going to be Cabral for Peters. It's going to be all we can do. Hunter's on a 6-4. He's sometimes he plays really well as a right back. Not today. Dovignac with a corner. 2 minutes left of normal time. Georgiev is there. And Lojben Georgiev makes it 4-1 against Zenit. That should be the final nail in the coffin. We should be picking up 3 points. And it essentially means that we are still in Europe. Even if we don't win our final game and if results don't go our way, we are still in Europe because we're going to drop down into the Europa League knockout stages, which arguably is probably a better place for us to be. So, looking at Group D with 1 game left to play, we can still technically finish second in the group. We need to beat Atletico Madrid, which we are capable of doing. We can do that. We also need to hope that Zenit don't lose. Although, what are the rules? If the rules are results against, then we are not going through if we're on the same points. It's results between teams. Right, that's kind of scuppered my plans a bit. I think we're going to have to do it anyway, because if Zenit can do us a favour and actually beat Copenhagen, they've drawn with them, they haven't drawn, they've lost every single game. I feel like Zenit aren't going to do us a favour, but the chance is possibly there. It means we now need to play 1, 2, 3 matches off camera, and we'll return on the 10th of December. Right then, it's crunch time for our Champions League dream. It is Atletico Madrid away from home. It's going to be Acosta in goal. A back four of Luis, Nicolau, Christensen and Gonzalez. You'll notice there's no Solomon because he's suspended, which means Christensen's going to have to play. Dovignac and Cabral in the middle. Montero and Sannino on the wings. Bakayoko and Rosmeric will be our strikers today. Now, obviously, just beating Atletico Madrid isn't going to be good enough to get us into second place in the group. It will give us enough points, but we also have to hope that Zenit St. Petersburg do us a favour against FC Copenhagen. And if there's any team that we want to see lose, it's FC Copenhagen, because apparently they're the greatest team in the world. 15 minutes, and the first chance is hopefully going our way, which is good. Gonzalez with this, crosses it, not the best cross. It's headed clear. Dovignac to Cabral, back to the little Croatian. Montero tries to find somebody. Bakayoko ended up nearly putting that ball in, but it was saved by the goalkeeper. Annoyingly, I think Copenhagen are beating Zenit, so they are now on 12 points. Even if we win here, we'll go on to 10, but they'll still be 2 points ahead of us. But it does mean that we're finishing third regardless of what happens here, isn't it? Isn't it? Rosmeric in on goal here. Lovely finish from Rosmeric. It's 1-0. I can't speak. At least we're beating Atletico Madrid again. Duvniak with a corner just before the half-hour mark. I think it was Cabral headed over the bar. Still 1-0 to Rupel. Boom. We are on 10 points. 10 points and 12 will be enough to get us through to the next round. Zenit, if you can score 2 goals, I assume you're 1-0 down. If you can score 2 goals, that would be magical for me. It's a free kick. Lepera's going to take this for Atletico Madrid. Acosta saves that one, and it does trickle off for a corner. Obviously, not having Solomon at the back means we're a little bit less consistent, shall we say, with our defence. But Christensen is good. I always say this, that he needs to get more first-team football. What better time than just drop him in at the deep end as we play Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. It is 1-0, and they've done very, very little. Judging by the fact that Zenit are still sat there on 1 point, I assume they're still losing against Copenhagen. If that goes to 2 points to Zenit, all of a sudden this might get a little bit more interesting. Throw for Gonzalez to Cabral. Gonzalez gets this ball back, plays into not Duvniak, fair enough. Christensen's going to now collect this. Where are you going to go, buddy? The big Swedish centre-back to Duvniak. Montero, we've got a runner in Jose Luis. He stopped instead. Rosmerick to Bakayoko, and on the spin, Bakayoko almost puts that in the bottom corner. If Zenit beat Copenhagen, we will be going into second place, right? That's how it works? I'm not 100% sure here. There is a chance going to Atletico Madrid, by the way. Lepera's going to take the corner towards the front post. Melkonyan heads that ball over the bar. Is that... Hold on. That name rings a bell. I think this name is a player that I had on an old Football Manager save? Maybe? He's certainly not from this Football Manager save anyway, because he doesn't exist in the database. We have got about 10 minutes left to play of the full match, actually. We've done no subs. Butakrit's going to come on for a poor-performing San Nino because he's either amazing or garbage. Bakayoko is also going to be coming off for Romelu Lukaku, and we'll stick with this for the moment. We'll probably do one final change in about 85 minutes. Copenhagen have just gone 2-0 up against Zenit, which means it's game over then for our Champions League hopes of getting through the group stages. Cabral's going to be the final change. Charlie Patino is the man to come on. It's not going to happen for us, but we finish on 10 points. 10 points is actually a very good points total. When you look, Ajax and Man City finished on 10 points, first and second. We were just unlucky that we couldn't beat Copenhagen. In fact, that's the only reason why we didn't go through. Well, confirmation then that we have finished third and we have qualified for the Europa League. I don't know when we find out who we're going to play. I assume it's going to be in a couple of days' time, so we are going to go forward. We're in the first knockout round. We're going to go forward to the 16th, which is probably the other side of a game. It is. Let's find out who we're going to be playing then in the Europa League first knockout round. Looking at the list of teams, there is no seeding or anything like that. We've also got fellow Belgian side, Club Brugge, in there as well. So we're not going to be alone. Let's just work our way through them, shall we? Let's put my face on the screen as well. Right then. So Leipzig will be playing Rapid Vienna. Roma versus Rangers. Lyon versus Sparta Prague. Bayern, we don't want that one. Club Brugge. Unlucky. AZ Alkmaar from Holland will be against Schalke. So we've got Braga, Porto, Lazio, Milan, Nice and ourselves. Porto will be playing Lazio. Don't be Milan. We've played Milan way too many times. Of course it's Milan. So we first encountered AC Milan back in 2027 where we played them in the Champions League Group B. We beat them and they beat us. We then played them again a year later in, I think it was the Europa League knockout rounds. It was in exactly the same situation. They beat us 5-1. We beat them 4-2, which obviously wasn't enough to go through. And then, did we play them last season? I don't think we did. No, we didn't play them last season, but we are going to be playing them this season. Again. I don't want to play Milan again. It's much easier. There's a view past meetings button. I mean, that would have been so much easier to see. So we are fairly even, actually. They've scored 2 more goals than we have, but we've both won 2 and lost 2. So it's all to play for, really. Also, before we finish this episode, we've obviously played a lot of matches in between the 2 Champions League games and the draw. We beat Charleroi, we beat Anderlecht in the Cup, we beat Anderlecht in the League. We drew 1-1 with second place Club Brugge. So, in terms of the Jupiler Pro League, we're currently sat top 6 points clear of Genk. And then, obviously, the usual teams are in 3rd and 4th. I kind of don't like the fact that it's always the same teams there. Well, the Champions League is over, but the Europa League is just about to begin. AC Milan then in the next set of fixtures. Thank you very much for watching this episode. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one where, honestly, I've got no idea what we're going to be doing. It might be Milan. Thanks for watching.